Good morning. Just a second. Audio's, like, a bit louder than I would have expected. That's a bit better. Hi, hello. Oh, actually, before I begin, I should shoot someone a message. Okay. Yeah, sorry to hear that, Ryuzaki. That sucks. Honestly, any day now, well, not any day. Soon I'm expecting my, second monitor to actually die. It's been having some problems that I'm hoping is just the, monitor connection, not anything to do with the graphics card. But, yeah, hasn't been great either. So I feel you there. Oh, I love video game that turn off sound when I navigate away. I wonder, is there a setting for that? No. That sucks. Oh, shit. That was the wrong button. Whoops. Got it replaced fairly quickly, thank God for emergency funds. This curved monitor is going to be an adjustment, though. Oh, God, I can't stand curved monitors. I've tried a couple. Oh, shit, I just started in DirectX 11. What the fuck am I doing? I promise I've streamed a lot. It's not, yeah, it's definitely not like I hadn't been doing this for 3 and a bit years. Whoops. Yeah, I wouldn't want a curved monitor myself. I don't particularly like them. Especially because, like, with flat monitors, like, obviously you don't have, like, the focal point thing, but that means that, like, generally speaking, you can kind of look at it, like, left or right of, like, the direct center perpendicular to the, screen and whatnot, and you still get, like, a fine experience with it. I find with the curved monitors, like, obviously you want to keep it in the... You want to keep yourself in the spot that it all focuses on, and I feel like it worsens being outside of that. And as someone who regularly kind of, like, moves stuff around and repositions stuff, especially their chair, in relation to their desk and that would drive me up the fucking wall. Yeah, so... Then again, beggars can't be choosers, eh? Especially in an emergency like that. Yeah, so... Paradise Killer. It's been a little bit. Because we had, what, oh my god. Because we had, I played one day of this, and then the next day I had to take off, and then the weekend after was Path of Exile, and then the weekend after that, because I had a short weekend for streaming, I just played On Guard. So, yeah, I didn't get far, and it's also been a bit. So, I'm sure this will go fine. This will be fine. I hope. But first... Oh, actually, it's probably better to demonstrate it in-game. So, for anyone that was here, last time? What? Controller? Was I using keyboard and mouse for this? I must have been. Controller is just straight up not working. Okay, that's weird. It's plugged in. Oh. That's fine. So, yeah. We need to talk about the audio. I looked into it, after the last stream we did of this, to try and figure out what the deal was. Essentially, like, it seemed like the audio was, like, strangely, quiet compared to the rest of the sound effects in their audio balance. So if we get back to an area with music... Yeah, you can, like, barely hear it in the background here. So, observe. These are my audio settings right now. So, you know, the game is pretty quiet, but, overall, it's not, like, the music should be... Looking at this, the music should be far louder than, the rest of the sound, because I've set that to 100%. But what I found out is this. If I crank this up to 30, and then I halve this, the audio is almost perfect. It's the strangest thing. I don't know why, but for some reason, I think... So, very softly in the background, you should be able to hear, I think, this thing in the background spinning. Like that sound. Now, I'm not going to touch any of the other audio settings, other than the master volume and the the music volume. There we go. So, the background sound is a bit louder, but the music is, like, way louder. So I kind of theorize that, like... So, when I look at this split, when I look at these proportions compared to this, what I would expect is the music is blown out compared to the rest of the sound effects here. But the game is generally quiet. While this one, I would expect the audio to be softer. The music to be softer. And bringing it more in line with the rest of the audio levels. But the overall game to be louder. But what seems to happen is that the music is far louder in this one compared to everything. As opposed to this. What I think may have happened here, sorry, one sec. Sorry, just had to respond to something. Yeah, it feels like, if you imagine the way these levels work as, basically, this is the relative balance of everything, and this is just an overall multiplier on how loud everything is. It feels like the master volume multiplier is getting applied to the music twice. Maybe even multiple times. Maybe even more than that. But it feels like the master volume has a higher effect on the overall volume of music than it does the rest of the sounds. Because, if we go back, once again, like, that's the relative balance there. And then if we drop the music volume, but increase the overall volume of the game, like, the music has, like, gained more ground over the other sounds. It's so weird. I don't know what the actual problem is with that. But the funny thing is, that may have been a blessing in disguise. Because the last VOD got muted several times where there was just audio playing. Now, thankfully, I think because of both the audio balance and the amount I was talking, it didn't actually flag too much of the audio, and generally hasn't been much of a problem. However, I'm gonna err on the side of caution and keep the music down compared to the rest of the game, just to make sure that may not happen again. Luckily, the only times it actually got muted in the VOD was when I took a break, and also at the very beginning of the stream. So, times where there was nothing but music. And yeah, it's kind of a shame, because the music in this game is fucking rad. And I debated, like, making my own playlists of the, Paradise Killer music and play that in a separate audio channel, because I can't do that in the game. Like, it just has the one audio source. But then the VOD would have had no music, and that kind of sucks. Again, when, like, a lot of the kind of, like, cool aesthetic side of the game is pretty much, like, in the music. So, I'm going to, I'm gonna stream it like this, where, like, you can hear the music, but there's a lot of, sound kind of competing with it, and I hope, like, between that and my voice, that I won't get hit with a VOD mute. In fact, I might actually be able to check whether or not that's already happened. Is it gonna show me if there's... I think I'd have to watch the VOD? Hang on. Do with the graphics card, but it might take some time to actually process what needs to be muted or not. But yeah, I'm gonna keep it down, at least for the time being, because I know the second I stop talking, with the sound the way it was, balanced previously, like, yeah, it's not gonna fly. But yeah, in a bit of good news, I was invited to Payday 3 beta. Nice. Actually, speaking of video games, right, I need to kind of refresh myself on what the fuck we were doing. Okay, so our key thing, well, let's go top to bottom, actually, it's probably better, I think. So, find your truth and start the trials. Like, I think I can go and do that whenever, but I want to put more of the mystery together, obviously. Shinji said this helmet was dumped behind a planter near the entrance to the second seal. The fourth holy seal is a mystery. How was the final barrier before the council's penthouse breached? I need to find out what the third holy seal is. It should be deep within the council building. I think we got up to the second. That place that was, like, lower gravity and stuff like that. The Marshall Barracks are restricted. That means the truth is being restricted. I need to find a way to get in there. Why did Yuri shut down the boat rides? Why were there tire marks on the cliff top? I should ask Lydia. There may be a Starlight upgrade jammed in a broken vending machine in a warehouse. Apparently a power station worker may have found a Starlight upgrade. There's an area of suspiciously weak-looking ground behind the Syndicate graveyard. Looks like I could smash through it with the right tool. And yeah, we've generally got some things to go and ask people. From what I remember too, the clues we actually had seemed to suggest that Akiko, the Grand Marshal, has at least some motive to do shit. Not necessarily, like, in the sense... not necessarily, definitely did it, but more like she might have been involved or might have looked the other way or something like that, because there are too many... There are a few things lining up that, like... in terms of motive and I think opportunity... lines up a bit too closely with Akiko. Dr. Doomjazz we haven't talked to. Henry Division we haven't talked to. I need to go and talk to Lydia. Ask her about suspicions and also her alibi. I haven't talked to the witness to the end. I haven't talked to Yuri Knight. I haven't talked to... Oh, no. Carmelina Silence. Yeah, I have talked to, because I got her alibi. And says that I think Witness could verify it. Yeah, because they were apparently together at some point. Who killed the Holy Seal Marshals? If the Marshals were body swapped, the bodies must have come from somewhere close by. Right, so that was the other thing, too. There were guards in front of the Syndicate's meeting place that were killed leading up to the deaths of the Council, but they weren't Akiko's soldiers, which raises questions about, like, well, so Akiko knew, right? Like, she, the blood I found at the murder scene should be that of the Martial Guards, but it isn't. Why not? But it's not. Why? Akiko carries a sword. If it has seen some use, it will have the kind of damage that would cause ragged wounds. Yep. Why is there a damaged grate at the Council penthouse? Who is this? How is this opened? Is there any evidence in the area? Yeah, so, like, it was suggested that, like, Akiko cares for her soldiers a lot. She would not want to strike them down, nor place them in danger, you know, despite the fact that they're guards. So, the switching of them, especially when Akiko is, like, their boss, also raises some red flags. There are some obscure symbols on another planet. What the hell is going on? I need to get the right sequence to solve the puzzle on the Esoteric Plateau. One Last Kiss said, I need to search behind contrivances. Did someone hide something behind a mechanism or function of the island? Why did Lydia have a message about the obelisks on the beach? KHX is missing. Why was Akiko's necklace in KHX's workshop? I found a ring in KHX's death grip. How did it get there? And Crimson knows about KHX. I need to get her to open up. Find out more about Henry's possession. There seemed to be something. I'll probably remember it once I go through the case files. But if I remember correctly, there seemed to be only circumstantial evidence that Henry was actually possessed, and that he was the reason someone was killed. I seem to remember that being a thing. Crime to end all crimes. The whole council building is a crime scene. I need to check it over top to bottom. Well, yeah, I need to get there first. Or in there first. Yeah, the murder... Yeah, that's right, the murder of Grace. Akiko left Henry and Grace together, just... Yeah. Which is strange. Doom Jazz acts as the island's coroner. He would have performed the examination of Grace's body. Yeah, so we suspect foul play, or something doesn't line up about, like, Henry's possession and, the murder of Grace. The ghost of Ezra Albertine gave me a code to open their locker. They said there was something good in there. I found the corruption evidence that ghost told me about. I should return it. Right, go back to the strike worker. Yeah. So, yeah, we've got a couple of things for motive. One Last Kiss told me Akiko believes in more militarization and expansions of power for the Marshals. She wants more roles like exorcism to fall under their remit. Is Akiko using the murder of the council to push her agenda? Now, it's important to note that, like, Akiko could see an opportunity to do that here, regardless of whether she was the one that actually did it. But if there is a history of that and, like, getting knocked back by the council and stuff like that, like, yeah. They don't necessarily line up, but it is, yeah, it is a thing. Motion 0775000600A, presented by Grand Marshal Akiko 14. Details motion table to the Council. Grand Marshal Akiko 14 formally requests that the God Justice Marshals are inducted into the Syndicate. Motion was declined, unanimous vote. See also Historical Motions 1685004931, C529121861, 9612833357 Min, 944321185 GFB, 665DD259S, A0128D36, T56CC518, and 644343223232. Funny numbers. Akiko is devoted to her troops. The Marshals are not part of the Syndicate and perish at the end of every island. Akiko is consumed by perpetual grief. Is there some way she can end this cycle and get her troops to move between islands? We have nothing about her alibi or anything like that. So we got a little bit about Carmelina's alibi. Carmelina went to visit Witness in his apartment. She stayed until they were summoned by Judge for a crisis meeting. She said she arrived there at about 9 PM. Crimson. Crimson knows that her secret trading emporium will be shut down on the next island. Montserrat was trying to tighten his control. Is her independence enough to make Crimson kill? Crimson says she was in her sewer hideout all night. She was waiting to be contacted for a pickup by Lydia. She left her hideout when she was summoned by Judge for a crisis meeting after the murder. But Crimson says she was in her hideout all night, but no one can corroborate that. So yeah, big suspicious on my wife. We got nothing on Doom Jazz because we haven't talked to him, nor Henry Division. Sam says that he was with Lydia at the Paradise Gates, ready to be taken off the island. They started the warm-up sequence on the gates, but it was ended prematurely when the murder occurred, so we still need to corroborate that. One Last Kiss told me that Witness came to see her before her death. He wanted to know her thoughts about the likelihood of a demonic invasion. He was fixated on the idea of a cleansing tide of demons enveloping the island. Something very normal, and yeah. One Last Kiss claims that she is the spirit of Grace Bloodlines, the exorcist murdered by Henry 10 years ago. She says that the Syndicate is full of corruption and she was killed to further someone else's goals. Right. One Last Kiss directly told us that her death was sus. Not just like Henry killed her, and that was all to it. One Last Kiss doesn't have an alibi. She says no one on the island knows she exists. One Last Kiss admits she doesn't have an alibi. She could have been anywhere during the murder, possibly even committing it. And she does have motive, at the very least. Right, and then we have, like, crimes and the suspects, so we only have one piece of evidence tying anyone to the murder, and that is the alleged murder weapon that Henry was found with. One thing I do also remember vaguely is, there were runes found with the bodies of the guards. But that is inconsistent with the way that Henry allegedly committed the crime, or committed his other killings. If I remember correctly, he burned runes into the victim's skin. So, making the runes in blood on the ground is inconsistent. But the interesting thing about that particular conundrum is that there's also something to be said for Henry not being the one that killed Grace, where his MO would have been established. So, like, if he didn't kill Grace in that way, and Henry, like, killed the guards, for example, like, either one of two things is, like, ordinarily I'd be like, oh yeah, someone's trying to set up Henry by incorrectly establishing the MO, but the fact that we don't even know there seems to be complications around Grace's death suggests that the MO isn't Henry's, which means that the blood symbols might be Henry? That is a really tricky, wrinkle to that whole thing, but, yeah, other than that, we don't really know much about that. Right. And for KHX, Akiko's necklace found in KHX's workshop. It's broken. It was found along with an order form for repair. Oh boy, Crimson Acid. Crimson told me that she had a relationship with KHX to get the secret of the second seal. An unsent letter to Crimson. KHX is accusing her of using him to find the secret of the second holy seal. The key is missing and he's going to tell Montserrat that Crimson took it. KHX's body is at the bottom of the cliff. There's a load of evidence in KHX's workshop related to Crimson. Did she drag and dump the body? Well, to be fair, I don't know if the... Oh no, there was the tufted goat hair, right. So, like, obviously Crimson's been there before, but, like, that doesn't directly tie her to the murder as such. Because, like, if they were having a relationship and she was getting close enough to KHX to try and get secrets from them, you'd probably expect her hair to turn up there, so, like, is that evidence of anything? Well, the goat hair alone is not enough evidence. And KHX is obviously obsessed with Crimson, but a lot of Crimson-related stuff being there, you could explain by that obsession, like the goat hair, like, anything that could place Crimson at the crime that isn't on Crimson herself, or in, like, the blood and stuff like that, doesn't necessarily tie her to the crime, because A, KHX would have collected some shit from her because he was obsessed, and B, Crimson Acid goes there regularly. Like, yeah. That establishes opportunity more than it is damning evidence, I think. A long rambling diary of an obsessive, KHX believed that with Perfect 25, the Syndicate would ascend to heaven with the gods. Target of his obsession seems to be Crimson. He references her being his queen in the astral heavens after the ascension, blah blah blah. Drag marks that lead from KHX's workshop to the cliff edge. There aren't any footprints. Hard to say how many people were involved. Ornate ring. A gaudy ring with a blue sapphire found in KHX's death grip fist. Why was he clutching this so dearly when he died? Is this related to the attacker? Yeah, and I don't think we established if the ring belonged to anyone. I feel like we didn't, but yeah. Crimson's sus, but it's also very circumstantial shit. A decade ago, Henry became possessed by a demon, killing his mother and allowing demonic corruption to spill out into the world. The area around his apartment was sealed off and became the dead zone. During his arrest, he killed the Syndicate's exorcist, Grace Bloodlines. For the last 10 years, he has been contained and sedated in the Desolation cell with inhibitors. The records and library show that Yuri accessed the restricted vault. Amongst the most dangerous books are the grimoires about demons and communicating with gods. Did Yuri take these from the library? Is that all we have on that? Weird, I thought we had more information regarding that particular one. Although it might be more related to who killed Grace rather than the demonic possession itself. The first Holy Seal that protects the Council is made up of 2 high-ranking God Justice Marshals, fearsome warriors trained to neutralize potential threats to the Council. Who killed them and how? Crimson Acid said, Captain Voth was one of the Holy Seal Marshals murdered last night. He and Akiko were in an illicit relationship. The dead Marshal's blood doesn't match the records of the Marshals that were supposed to be stationed there, who was really guarding the Council building. These Marshals were assigned by Akiko. Yeah, so, like, she was in a relationship with one of the guards that should have been down there and murdered, but it turns out that you can't actually match the blood to any of her guard. So, A, who the fuck was there, and B, why did Akiko place them there? Or how did they come to be there? There are demonic marks drawn in the blood of the dead guards. Judge said these are the same marks Henry has. Yeah, the thing I was talking about before, where, like, there's a weird thing here where, like, Henry supposedly killed his mother and Grace. But then this particular part of the crime scene doesn't match the MO of Henry, because he burned the symbols in rather than drawing it in blood. So it feels like someone's setting Henry up. Although, actually, now that I think about it, that wrinkle before, where I was like, we don't know if Henry actually killed Grace, it could also be that, like, a case of gross negligence, where, like, Akiko knew leaving Grace, just Grace with Henry, would lead to her death, and that would further someone's plans, or Akiko was pulled away, knowing that might cause that to happen. Could be any of those, really. Marshals were killed with a blade, but whose? Damaged grate. The secured grate on the side of the council building looks like has been forced open. The anti-tamper seal has been cut, and the edges of the grate are scuffed, indicating it has been pried open. This opening would get someone in behind the Holy Seal Marshal guards, a good way to do a surprise attack. There are scrape marks here as well, like something was dragged through the access hole. Yeah. Cool. Second Holy Seal. Shinji speculates that Henry could have found his way through the second seal labyrinth since demons are attuned to space. Right, there was that whole thing about, like, trying to get a ball out of, like, a small cup, or an object with a small hole, without, like, knowing how to manipulate the box to make sure the ball falls out the hole. Because, like, we have an innate sense of gravity, for example, so we know that, you know, tipping it up and letting the ball fall through is the way you do that. But in a more abstract, potentially non-Euclidean way, like, we wouldn't know how to do something with, like, the same thing in this case. Like, it is us just fumbling around, whereas demons would have that kind of innate sense. Lydia's tablet. A water-damaged and corrupted tablet device. It boots up and the login screen confirms that it is Lydia's. It contains a corrupted message from Witness with a data key to the nightmare computer that controls the obelisks on the beach. Yeah, so that's suspicious. Shinji found a space helmet discarded near the entrance to the second seal. Yeah, which we appropriated. Definitely wasn't us. Murder. Akiko didn't follow arresting procedure. She should have known better. Akiko left the room, leaving Henry and Grace together. Yeah, again, could be gross negligence there. One Last Kiss said that Carmelina accompanied her to Henry's exorcism. When Akiko left Grace alone with Henry, it was to speak to Carmelina. Yeah, right, I forgot about that. So, like, did Akiko bring Carmelina as a ploy? Did Carmelina pull Akiko away to potentially get Grace murdered? Rena's murder. During his demonic possession, Henry strangled his mother Rena, leaving demonic sigils on her body. The method is the same as Grace Bloodline's. Grace Bloodline's body was scarred with the same demonic sigils that cover Henry's body. They had been cut into her. Oh, sorry, not burned, cut into her. Right. Yeah, so again, inconsistent with the guard murder. Henry was found guilty of killing Grace Bloodlines. He strangled her during his demonic possession. Yeah. So, yeah, like, now that I think about it, yeah, it seems like Henry did in fact kill Rena and Grace, it might be a little bit more of a case of, gross negligence or something like that. And then we have a bunch of evidence that we haven't tied to anything. So, boat ride shut down. Executive order, boat ride early termination ordered by Yuri. Effective immediately, beach boat trips suspended indefinitely. Anyone found on a boat will be in breach of syndicate law. Cliffside sketch. Someone sketched something in the dirt on the cliff and scrubbed it out. It overlooks the Nightmare computer and obelisks. Was this Lydia? Her tire tracks are up here. There are tire tracks on the cliff overlooking the obelisks. Lydia is the only one on the island with a car. Lydia's tablet. Water damage. The most recent modified file is a corrupted... Yeah, so we don't know how that connects to anything at the moment. Yeah, we got a bunch of upgrades. We got a bunch of stuff. Right, and we've got the locker code as well. Population. Yeah, we've basically been through everyone here. That's right, there was someone who committed suicide. I forgot about that. Yeah, and KHX is missing, although I think we... Do we not already have enough to say the KHX was murdered? Yeah, KHX's body. Surprised that hasn't updated to reflect, like, okay, no, that was a murder. Oh, this is interesting. It's added some of the things that have happened that we've lined up. So, 2352, Henry escapes from the desolation cell. Oh, directly at midnight, the council are murdered. Henry is found outside of the council building by Akiko. Akiko informs witness that... Oh, no, okay, that hasn't added anything significant, I think. And then, yeah, of course, we got the map. We got our skins, and we got our music. That is, still being weird, unfortunately. Okay, so... I think I want to try and get inside the building here. To see if I can find that locker. That sounds like a good first step, at least. It's probably only got, like, a blood crystal or something like that, but hey, I'll take those. How the freak do I get out of here? Oh, stairs over there. That'll do the trick. Oh, Jesus. My Crimson Acid. God, she's so fucking pretty. Wait, hold on. Oh, rain. No, okay. Just looking for shinies. Oh, Jesus, that's aggressive. Holy shit. Like, it started off with the spatters, and I was like, oh, that doesn't look too great, does it? But then, I finally walked into, or the rain literally passed over the character, so then it did, then it did, whoop. Oops. Damn, man, who gave you all that? That's a blood crystal.
Blood crystal obtained.
Thank you. Oh, save point. Sure. Oh, yeah, I should unlock this as well. No. Let's save. Even though I barely done anything. Good practice. Yeah, 40 minutes into the stream and I just did a recap of basically everything that happened. Thank you for more skin. So how does one get into this place? Island sequence 11. 11th island sequence. The god hunters have yet to make their move. We continue to resurrect our gods timidly. This was wholly unbefitting. Oh, jeez, I have to be really close to...
Got it.
Oh. Oh! This was Ezra's locker. They said they'd found something and put it in here. This looks like a Starlight upgrade. Nice.
That's strange.
What kind of life was a power plant worker living where they would find this?
Key item obtained.
Allows Starlight to process pyramid glyphs. Awesome. A knowledge tablet for Starlight, please manually. These carvings were carved by terrible hands with unknown tools on a planet that only exists as the afterimage of a nightmare. Yikes. Upgrades.
Install complete.
I don't know why it makes me go into the inventory to do that. I'm sure there probably is some reason, but I honestly can't think of one. Alright, so I didn't have to actually enter the building to do that, but hey. Ooh. The Way of Blood bar, 25th Island sequence. Currency doesn't work. Works as much as anything does. Why is there a limit if it's just blood? People don't have limits, they start going crazy. And gets out of balance. I want to see that. No, you don't. Shut up. I wonder why we keep coming back to that. Responsible for a number of classics, the number 4 is an undisputed masterpiece. Okay. Done with all of the doors, so what's down here then? Oh, nothing. It's probably just a way to get back up, honestly. But, may as well do me due diligence and, have a quick look around. Oh yeah, jump is not high enough to get up in there. Yeah, I do have to remember this game is not very platforming. Well, it does have a little bit of platforming, but the kind of platforming that, like, you do with a restricted jump, where it's like, you can bullshit your way on the top of things, like, however the fuck you get up there, for example. Temperamental weather. How the fuck do you get up there, I wonder? I can go in the water a bit. That's good to know. Alright. Browse cold drink. What the fuck? Okay. Can I... Wait, can I back out? Okay, there we go. Why wasn't escape working? Oh, can I just... Okay. No, you may not. Shut up. Right, so is there a way to... Whoa.
Respawning.
Okay. I can in fact drown. And I respawned at the closest thing. Wait, what was... What did I... Oh, it's probably the ladder. Yeah. Sure already did a thing for that. Yeah, I didn't see a, I didn't see a way up there. I don't think there's a, whoop. Oh, come on. God. I didn't see a ladder. They're generally pink, as we have seen. I will bullshit my way over here, though. Hi.
Blood crystal obtained.
Thank you. Cool. Yeah, why not?
Fast travel unlocked.
Like, I probably don't need to, unlock as many as this. I could be a little bit more efficient with it, but, at the same time, like, I'm gonna regret it if, like, I get to a point where, oh, yeah, you need to go here specifically, and then, like, have to take, like, a long way around or something like that. Oh, I probably could have... Oh, actually, you know what? I can still do that. I'll get Lydia to take me to a save point, and that'll allow me to talk to her, I think. So, where can I take you? No, I guess not. No worries, LD. Let's go. Yeah, close enough. Can I see a way up? Not unless you can walk across those power lines, and I seriously doubt you can. But that's really the only way I can see you getting up there. Unless... A little bit of this, and a little bit of that. Can I, like... Oh, we sure fucking can. Let's go. Aye, Shinji. Hey, bud. These days feel short to
The
you.
investigator is here.
When the island ends, the flow of time gets weird. Technically, we're still on the last day of the island, so the crime still happened last night. Oh, now I get it. Get what? Why you people are so messed up? Thanks, bud. Alright, there was a collectible over here. I do like how this game kind of encourages you to try and bullshit the geometry and platforming like that. It is down there. Is that more whiskey? No. What is that?
Starlight skins obtained.
Oh, it's just a skin. Oh. Well, I got it. Good for me. Okay. Now I think I actually need Lydia to take me somewhere. God, it's a shame that costs blood crystals. I wonder if if there's like an actually limited supply of these throughout the world. Because it seems like, aggressively using the fast travel system would prevent you from, like, using the crystals on something more important. But then again, I guess it's, the question of, like, is there anything in the game that blood crystals is required for? Not really sure about that one, though. Okay. There we go. Yes. So, if we go back to the apartments, I think that's where the, person who told me to go to the power station was, if I remember correctly. Shinji? How the fuck did you get up there? Oh, there's another one. Hey, oh. Hello? Oh. Okay. It's how to broadcast music to the speakers on the island. There's a tape in there.
Music obtained.
Thank you, Starlight. I wish I could listen to the music on stream. This paradise is creeping me out. When the veil falls and the naked body of crime is exposed, the island begins to crumble. The balance is tilted and the illusion falls apart. Poetic. That's poetic. I'm trying it out. I know you think I'm an asshole. I'm giving, speaking nice ago. It's hard, though. You're doing well. You're making me blush, Love Dies. Peace. Boom. Alright, where was this ghost? I don't actually remember. I think they're around here somewhere. I do wish the map was, like, a little bit more one-to-one. Because it's kind of hard to... Oh, hold on. There's a thing up there.
Relic obtained.
Obsequious love letter. A love letter with a young couple. From a young couple? R says he'll kill the moon with a railgun to prove his love to L. With a railgun? Please don't. Massive flooding, dogs and cats, etc., etc. No. Where be the ghost? I know it's not in here, but I saw open gate and I couldn't resist. And turns out there's nothing. I do appreciate that a lot of the interactables are just like hot pink and like stand out so much in the scenery. Good environmental design. Oh. I got tricked.
Relic obtained.
24th Island sequence. How will 24 be remembered? Will this island be perfect? Is this our eternal home? Well, we know the answer to that now. Shit. How would I, is there a better way to track down... Oh, maybe it was the housing, not the, the housing, not the apartments? No, wait. I feel like there was like a town square or something where the ghost actually was.
Relic obtained.
Charm modeled after obelisk found on a citadel planet in another solar system. Oh, hello. Love dies. We have the suspect in custody. You are not necessary. Suspect which escapes on your watch and possibly murdered the entire council. Neno Rossito? Maybe the disgraced Grand Marshal can work with the disgraced investigator? Investigator, Tassi Naibi Din Gura. We have a suspect that was found with the murder weapon. He has a motive and history. He was found with the council's blood in his stomach. We're not making a super collider here. Neno Rossito. Henry broke free, tore through the prison bridge, breached the holy seals, and murdered the council. Case closed, investigator. I hope that this is as simple as it appears. The suspect is back under inhibitor sedation. Inhibitor sedation? I don't know what language that is. Inhibitors are injected into him to keep him sedated. Go ask Doomchaz if you want to know more. I'm guarding the suspect at the Desolation cell on the rock if you need to speak to me again. The control panel to raise the bridge has been updated to accept your blood vial. Only I have access to the prison, but Judge ordered me to authorize you. The bridge across to the prison is on the south beach. Goodbye, Neno Rossito. What the fuck did... Hang on. Oh, Romanian. Oh, interesting. Neno Rossito basically means bitch. Great. I wonder if we can get a pronunciation for that. I cannot. Oh, that's a shame. That would have been cool. Okay. Sorry, detoured. Where in the butts? You're going the wrong way, but... Hello? God. Some of the interaction ranges on stuff is a bit, short. Shinji. Isn't there something... Oh. Hi.
Crystal obtained.
Thank you. Ooh.
Relic obtained.
Descriptive river power station schedule obtained. Work schedule for the river. The station helps distribute. Yeah, sure. Oh. I restored power to something. Oh, serious? Oh, okay. Well, that was weird. Why did that bump me that way? That was strange. I swear there was something like... something that caught my eye as I was... Maybe I did grab it. Yeah, I'm fucking lost. A bit. Ladder. Down on the river. Oh. Maybe that's what the power's for. Oh, there. That was probably what I saw. Ooh. Oh, shit. I just clicked something on OBS. I don't think anything happened. Nice. Unfortunately, I can't... Oh. Huh. Wait, why even lock it behind the power, then? Weird. Ooh. Blue. What the fuck? Remnant obtained. A small bright stone. Looking at it makes the world around you fade away, and you can hear distant memories imprinted on the stone by the wearer. This one is full of happiness. Cool.
Relic obtained.
Questionable donation. Citizens sometimes throw coins into fountains for luck. Luck doesn't exist. Oof.
Relic obtained.
Some people get really obsessive about grasshoppers. Yeah. Iba, my beloved.
Fast travel unlocked.
Cool.
Starlight skins obtained.
Okay. Sure. Hey, Shinji. One sec.
Relic obtained.
Hi. Feel like I could talk to you all day, Loved Eyes. What's on your mind? Everything, nothing. You know how it is. Feeling quite relaxed. You're the only one on this island that is. That's why you're in this situation. Too many people that take things too seriously. They don't think about others, just their own advancement. This isn't how a perfect society runs.
That's weird.
Do you come from a perfect society? You don't get this attitude and charming personality unless you come from a place where everyone in the government is looking to scapegoat you for their own cruelty and fuck-ups.
Ooh, the investigator is here.
You personally. Of course not me personally. Lower classes. No time to chat, things to do. But I thought you said... So much for listening to me all day.
Fast travel unlocked. Starlight skins obtained.
Creature. What is this? Oh, hello.
Night nightmare computer.
These nightmare computers can log activity in an area. They're normally set up to see who has passed through a door and access the system. If I can use Starlight to help me gain access, then I might be able to get some evidence. Alright, Starlight, let's get to work. Right, and then moon. No. Wait, yes? Oh, probably the smaller one, right. Pyramids. Worship I don't have. Pyramids is weird.
Nightmare computer unlocked.
There we go.
The investigator is here.
These are logs who entered and exited the building last night. Let's see.
Analyzing.
1734, witness enters. 2058, Carmelina arrives and witness buzzes her in. 2358, the God Justice Marshals arrive and secure the building. 18, witness and Carmelina exit. 331, witness returns. These logs are sealed by the Nightmare computer. They can't have been tampered with. Witness and Carmelina have alibis. Huh. I checked out the entry and exit logs for Witness's apartment building. Carmelina entered at 2058 and exited with Witness at 018. The Witness to the end and Carmelina were there all night. Witness entered at 1734. Carmelina entered at 2058. They both left at 18. After thing. Prison bridge to meet Akiko. And we apparently broke through the bars on the prison bridge and need to check them. Interesting. I suppose it's not, like, impossible for it to be them, but there's a decent amount of confidence that it's not them now.
Relic obtained.
Ultimate T. Genmaicha or Genmaika is the best tea. Anyone that says different is a liar or hasn't tried it. That's a straight fact. Well, more Crimson Acid appreciation, I see. Okay. Ooh. Are we going back tonight, or is that, sunrise? Rose in the Rain Residences, luxury apartments for the Syndicate. I used to live in a place like this, happily. That almost sounded like a sniffle. Where am I on the map now? Yeah, okay, hold on. I hate to use another blood crystal on this, but I'm also looking at two, so fuck it. I might as well grab them and use them for that.
Blood crystal obtained. Blood crystal obtained.
Oh god. locked in. Oh no, that's a music tower. But it give me music.
Music obtained.
If only. Oh, hi. You here to take me away?
Where?
Where would I want to take you? To the ritual. Are you a citizen? Am I? I was once, but now I don't know. I'm lost. Still here even after the citizen slaughter ritual preceding the end of this island. Why? Maybe the gods rejected my sacrifice? I knew the ritual was coming. We all knew it, but it was sooner than expected. I thought we had a few more hours, so I left the house to go and find something I'd lost.
Sure.
And what was that? A stone that had fallen from my ring. Something my wife gave me to celebrate our first lunar cycle together. It's got no value. She just found it on the beach, but as we held it, our troubles seemed to fade. Something close to being close to each other is all that mattered. When we got married, I had it placed in my wedding ring. Fell out a few days ago. That might have been what I came across. So you were out looking for the stone? Yes, I needed that stone with me. Before I found it, the marshals came and took me to the ritual. I pleaded, I begged, I just needed a few more moments. Became so angry I couldn't find my stone, then... If I couldn't find my stone, then at least let me see my family one last time. I was always told death would be peaceful, but that was a lie. And how do you feel now? The anger is not dissipated, but I'm still here. I'm here for a reason. Must find my stone so I can rest. Will you help me? Yeah.
I need to investigate this.
I'll find your stone. I'm an investigator. Thank you. Look around the park between the Citizen and Syndicate apartments. I'm sure I lost it when I sat on a bench there. Have you found my stone? Yes, I already have. I think I have. You get an achievement for that too. Really? Can I see? Oh yes, that's it. Can't describe how this makes me feel. It's like we're together again. Please, you keep it. I can feel myself fading out of this world, and I can't take the stone with me. When you hold it, I hope you can find the happiness that it gave me. Yo! Couldn't help spying on you. What do you want? You like that stone the spirit gave you?
Oh, I'm glad to be back.
It has a wonderful depth to it. Oh, hoping it was going to be a no. Why? Want to sell it? Why do you want it? Gems that are tied to the suffering of others are one of my collections.
That's weird.
One of? Oh yeah, I also collect antiques from a planet populated by slug scholars. Also got a cabinet of calcified entrails prayer. And calcified entrails prayer wreaths. Calcified entrails prayer wreaths. I'm pretty sure that's meant to be calcified entrail prayer wreaths. From the mad monks in the Venus labyrinth. So, want to sell? 2 blood crystals. One-time offer. Yeah, I do want the blood crystals. Deal. Hand over the crystals. Pleasure doing business with you.
Blood crystal obtained.
You.
That's weird.
Is this the end of the Syndicate? Thinking out loud, love dies. How the hell should I know? They're your people. Now piss off and investigate. Okay. Thanks, bud.
Fire travel unlocked.
Yes, and then let me...
Starlight skins obtained.
This image was the last thing a drowning victim saw. Cool. Awesome. Thank you, Lydia. Yeah, this looks familiar. A bit more familiar than the apartments, anyway. You! There you are. Have you found my envelope? I have. I have. Took some finding. Thank you. Have you read it? Have you seen the truth? Will you help fight corruption? I'll join. Your evidence is compelling. I'll join your cause. Really? You will? Oh, it's such a relief. For years we've wanted someone with influence to join us, and finally we have that. I feel like I've achieved my purpose. I can't take this to the next island. I'm afraid, already fading away. Please take it. Yep. Taken to build a better world.
Was Crystal attained?
I wish I could see the animation of them disappearing, but the UI keeps popping up afterward. Dang it. God dang it. Okay. So, I remember that there was, I remember I used to have waypoints for certain people when I was originally walking around. Is there a way that I can get those back? Hold on. Flickering lights, dialogue sounds, day-night cycles, night brightness, color correction scale. No, that's not all. General, maybe? Highlight names. Yeah, where were the... Hang on. I don't know where those went. Paradise Killer Waypoint. Don't have quick answers to that. Shit. Oh, that's a fucking pain, because that would be really helpful right about now. Because, yeah, I don't recall where everyone was. And the map hasn't really been too helpful in getting that. Can I... Did I turn those off at some point and I just don't remember doing it? Hang on. Fuck. Because I really don't want to, like, wander around now. I've kind of, like, done that for a fair bit. Paradise Killer. Doesn't really seem to be, much on that. Shit. Oh, that's really annoying, because they'd be really helpful right about now. I'm almost certain that, they were up at some point. I don't know what happened to them, though. Mature content, highlight names. Wait, what's the mature content thing? Oh, no, if I remember correctly, that's just, like, swearing and stuff like that. Controls, control mapping, display? That might just be, yeah. HUD overlay? VSync, window mode. Retracing resolution scale. That's graphics, that's not gonna... Meditate? What does that do? That does not appear to do anything right now. Shit. Falling whilst crouched. Screen shake, creating auto walk, walk speed, dialogue font. Typing sounds, color correction. No, it's not going to be any of those. I don't think it was any of these either. AR vision? Respawn, auto walk opens. Maybe it's AR vision? Oh, there we go. Yeah, awesome. I feel like that was something the game showed me far earlier. Okay, so... we're pretty close to Witness. Judge is all the way over there. Oh, actually, we're really close to Lydia, so let's go that way. Yeah, this is why staying away from mystery games for a long time is a bad idea. When it gives you special controls to, like, find your way around and you can't remember what the fuck to do. It is a shame that's left control. I would like to sprint at the same time as doing that, but... oh, actually, it turns off your sprint anyway. Is she up here? Oh. Already been here. Huh. Anything? Yeah. No, she's just up here. There she is.
Fast travel unlocked. Starlight skins obtained.
Ooh. Kiss while the many-eyed goat watches is the most romantic of kisses. Hey, Lydia.
Daybreak.
The fairy woman. Case files. Oh, man, we got a lot to talk about. You know what? I'll take a break real quick here. A refill on some water and stuff like that. And when we return, we'll start questioning Lydia and questioning a lot of people. Because I haven't been doing too much other than walking around. I did at least find some evidence, but, the main thing I wanted to do was finish up that quest for the ghost, so... and we incidentally finished another one. Completely... on accident. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, so, I will be right back. I'm back. Uh... Ooh. Sorry. It's a day of getting messages during stream. By the way, I think I might finish things up a little bit earlier than I planned. I realize there's actually a little bit I need to do before I go out this afternoon. And I think I might be struggling to have enough time if I stream until, like, what is it, 2:30, 3 o'clock my time. So, yeah, I'm going to err on the side of caution and kind of wrap things up a little bit earlier. But we'll question some people, and then we'll call it a day, I think. I'm going to stream tomorrow anyway, so yeah, it'll be all good. Okay, Lydia, suspicions. You buying this Henry story?
Come on, LD.
I hope it's him. Because if it was one of us, the syndicate could collapse. Akiko-chan found him at the scene. He had a knife in the Vic's blood, right? Paints a pretty convincing picture.
Sure.
Maybe it's a little too convincing.
Why?
You think something else is going on, LT? No, my job to check. What is... Huh? Usually this is like an emotion or a flavor to the thing. This is like directly saying no, but like the answer is more like I need to like kind of acknowledging it anyway. No, I think that's weird. I'm worried it's too easy to buy, and it's too easy to buy. I'm worried it's too easy to buy except the Henry story. What if someone set him up?
Oh.
These islands are full of power plays. What if this one if exploiting our preconceived notion that the oppressed citizens will rise up given the chance? That's a scary thought, LD. Did you have any problems with the council?
I'm glad you're back, LD.
Nope, me and Sammy just living our lives, LD. We're not into the politics and scheming on the island.
I have a bad feeling about this.
What about the rest of the syndicate? Anyone come to mind that has a grudge against the council?
Bullshit.
It's a dark line of questioning, LD.
It's complicated.
If people find out I've said anything, I'll get a
I'm
target on
glad
me.
to be back.
You're an ex-assassin that's cooperating with the lead investigator. You'll be fine. I need your help, Lydia. I've been gone so long. Things are weird on this island.
Come on, LD.
You're telling me. Okay, because it's you. I've started to worry about a couple of people. Yuri's up to no good.
Got it.
What makes you say that? We'll get into that later. Carmelina's the other one.
That's
The
strange.
architect? Why?
Come on, LD.
Gut feeling, LD. Carmelina. Let's talk about your suspicions about Carmelina. Carm's a genius, LD.
Come on, LD.
The next island will probably be perfect. She'll have crafted a masterpiece.
The island feels bad, LD.
You've probably heard people talking about Monterey. He was getting paranoid. He was getting arrogant.
It's complicated.
For some people, honing their craft is enough. Others need rewards. Don't know if Monterey was in the credit giving frame of mind.
What the hell?
Leah told me that Carmelina is a genius. She knows the 25th island will be perfect. Is she worried she won't get credit for it? Slighted genius. Maybe. Lydia told me that Carmelina... Right. Interesting. Your alibi. Where were you at the time of the murder? Sammy had packed up his bar, so I picked him up. It was his turn to go through the Paradise Gates to the next island. I took him over there, but before we could go through, they locked in response to the murder. Lydia says that she was with Sam at Paradise Gates. They were waiting for the gate. Oh, yeah. I'll read that in a sec. So the gate confirm this? Should do. We started the warm-up procedure, but then it shut down. What's the deal with the warm-up procedure? You can't just walk through the Paradise Gates. They're connected to another reality. It takes a lot of power to move between different realities, and it's a complicated procedure. The gates need some time to draw enough power and do the calculations to get you to the next island. How is that different to just driving around the island? We're not hopping between realities on the island, so we can just cruise.
I'm glad to be back.
Just a bit of single reality driving, eh?
I'm glad you're back, LD.
You got it. Holler at me anytime you want to go for a cruise, LD. Yeah. So I think their testimony is kind of like the same, so no inconsistencies there at least. Lydia and Sam's motive. I have to ask about this, Lydia. Do you have a motive for killing the council? I get it, LT. Just doing your job. Nah, me and Sammy haven't got a reason to hit the syndicate like
The
this.
investigator is here.
You're happy here?
I'm messing with you.
I gotta say, I do like the lines that kind of like jump in with the voice acting, but some of them are played in the like least appropriate circumstances, or that give off just like an entirely different tone to the scene in question. It's really strange. I'm thinking about like, because you can adjust the frequency of the voices. So I'm thinking of adjusting that maybe, because I do like the voices chiming in to give like to give also just like a reference for their voice, because I like that. But yeah, it like I think particularly the characters that aren't Lady that aren't LD can get a bit grating given particular subject matter. It's weird. As anyone can be. Yuri's motive. Has Yuri got motive for killing the council?
God damn it, LD.
He's ambitious and wants power.
If you can prove it, sure.
He hasn't earned it, though. Unearned power is bad news, LD.
What the hell are you talking about?
He used to be small time. A shitty little kid. Like, yeah, like, this comes off as really confrontational towards LD specifically, but, like, she's talking about someone else? Yeah. Shitty little kid, but one day he got buff. One
What
day?
are you talking about, LD?
Yeah, it was weird. Almost overnight, he became handsome, got six-pack abs, and started to be charming.
Huh?
Chump's fake, though. He's trying to get his own way all the time. Be careful with him. He's been trying to push his own agenda on the council, but it's never gone well. Montserrat was fixed on his plan. Yuri wasn't going to push him around. I got a bad feeling about him a while back and pulled some records from the Moon database. Here, take them. Ooh. Try asking Sammy as well. People get loose-lipped in a bar. Thank you, Lydia. Motion JH55962, presented by Yuri Knight. Details. Motion tabled to the council. Yuri Knight formally requests acceptance into council. Motion was declined, unanimous vote. Additional note. Yuri Knight became violent and had to be restrained. Yuri Knight threatened leader Montserrat. Yuri Knight was detained and is now under watch. Ooh, under watch too. Lydia told me about Yuri suddenly changing. He became the picture of physical perfection almost overnight. She says that he's been trying to get on the council but was denied. So, if I remember correctly, Yuri was the one that was looking in the library for demon summoning stuff? I wonder if, like, demonic possession could, like, change your physical appearance. Because it sounds like Henry changed when the demon possessed him, so it wouldn't be out of the question for Yuri to have done a similar thing there, and the sudden change of appearance and attitude seems to speak to that. Curious. good. Yeah, there we go. Who killed the Holy Sea Marshals? A Holy Seal. Holy Sea. Playing too much 14. Do you know anything about the murder of the Marshal guards outside of the council building? Huh?
Huh?
Not a thing, LD. I was working last night. Second Holy Seal. What do you know about the second seal? That's a secret, LD. Never been through that big door in the council building. Tire tracks. What are your tire tracks doing up on the cliff overlooking the obelisks?
Weird.
Why do you want to know, LD? I hold the secret to the second Holy Seal, and I found tire tracks putting you there. LD, I go all over the island. It's a nice view there. So you didn't go there to access the obelisks? Nope. Lydia said she was there to enjoy the view. KHX is missing. What do you know about KHX's disappearance? I haven't seen him in a while, D. Was hoping he'd turn up on my list of pickups last night. Thought he was just taking some time out, but he'd be ready to go to the next island.
Island feels bad, LD.
I guess something bad happened. Have you poked around his place on the mountain? I have. Did you see the architect last night?
It's complicated.
I didn't see her, LD. Was waiting for the call to pick her up. Heard she was at Witness's apartment, if that helps. You know, that corroborates things, although I already have the logs, so... Did you see Crimson last night?
Why?
Have you asked her yourself, LD? I didn't see her last night. What do you know about Henry's demonic possession 10 years ago? Henry caused the demons to corrupt this island, LD. You seen the Dead Zone? It's a nightmare rift where we're not allowed into. If you're looking for more answers, try in there. Murder of Grace. What do you know about the murder of Grace bloodlines? Not a thing, LD. Know anything about Henry disappearing? You read the report, LD? That's all I know. You'd have to ask Akiko-chan yourself. Yeah. Hey, dumbass, go talk to Akiko. Hang out.
Let's go for a drive, LD.
What led you to the life of an assassin?
Oh, damn it, LD.
How come you're asking me about this now?
I was born to investigate.
We never talked about it before my exile.
What the hell are you talking about?
Now a mass murder happens, you just happen to bring it up. I had a lot of time to think in the Idlelands. Not a lot up there to do, huh? I missed you.
I'm glad you're back,
Oh,
LD.
I missed you too, LD.
It's complicated.
I don't like to talk about it, you know? It's behind me. Hey, Charles. Being an assassin was simple. You don't have to worry about a lot once you get good at it. Find the target, learn the target, end the target.
Complicated.
Love though, that's complicated. That's why I drive and paint. Always need a skill to master. Who this? This is Lydia. Hang on, there's better art of her. Well, there's a whole full sprite of her in a sec. Just hold your goddamn horses. I was trying to think of something more clever than horses, and then that just came out. Oh, I'm a dipshit. Got a new car since I've been gone. She's pretty, ain't she? Upgraded. Got bored of the muscle car look. Masahiro offered to refit the old girl, but I wanted to change. So here she is. Burn Parliament. Hate the AM, hate the PM. Fuck me, that's a good name. Oh god. Hate the AM, hate the PM is such a goddamn line. I fucking love Hobby. Wistful. A lot of memories cruising in the old girl. Endless summer nights, right, LD? Love Spider-Punk so much. He's the best. Fucking stellar through and through. endless possibilities. Things were simpler. Things are so messed up now. The way of the world.
Talk, LD.
You cool if I drop you at the beach, LD?
Thank you.
Sure thing. Thanks for the ride. Yay. We're just gonna be... Yeah, there you go.
Complicated.
LD, I have something we think... I have something I think we should discuss. Oh? Hello? Yeah. Yeah, same, Charles. I'm too distracted. Honestly, I'm way too distracted by the presence of Crimson Acid to have, like, commented on anyone else. But, yeah, Lydia pretty. Something you want to tell me? Do you have something you want to tell to the investigator?
Complicated.
This is a sensitive subject, LD. For who? It's about someone on the island, but it might be something you don't want to hear about. I'm an investigator. Truth doesn't care about feelings. Oh. Nope. Moving on. You know I told you that Yuri suddenly got ripped overnight? He became a new person. What if it was a god that did it? Okay, yeah, here we go. So it was a demon or something that got to him. Although, yeah, no. Right. There's that whole thing about gods also working through people. Because that's why LD was banished to begin with. You mean a blessing?
If you can prove it.
Deception.
Sure.
That's dangerous talk. The goddess Enchanted Blue bestows physical gifts in return for devotion.
The island feels bad, LD.
Deception by a god is a crime. I don't want to just accuse
I
him.
have a bad feeling about this.
What makes you so sure? He's been going on and on about retrieving her body. She's dormant in the Sahara caverns in the real world. Yuri wants the council to authorize an op to go and get her. That's suicide. Enchanted Blue is guarded by elite custodians. I know. There's no way Monster would let it happen. I think that's why he's been pushing to get on the council. If he's been deceived, would he really kill the council? He's not going to be on the new council.
The island feels bad, LD.
What if he doesn't stop until he is? I'll keep your suspicions secret, but I'll look into it. Thanks, Lydia. Huh. Okay, so I wasn't even far off when it came to the demonic possession thing. But, yeah, if he's been charmed by a god, then why was he looking into the demonic shit? Where is that piece of evidence? That records in the library show that Yuri accessed the restricted vault. Okay, but it doesn't say when. I don't suppose that's on the timeline at all? I can't remember if it was before or after that. I can't remember if Yuri accessed that before or after the Henry Division incident. Because I'm starting to get the impression that, like, Yuri might be using Henry for his own means. And thus, like, maybe he was the one that killed the guards and made it look like it was Henry to basically throw suspicion off him. Although it's really clumsy of him, if that is the case, it's really clumsy of him to not do the cutting the symbols instead of making the symbols out of blood. May your spectre gaze upon a star, and may you reach the moon. Yeah, fucking ace design. Okay. Who else is around? Crimson Acid, of course. I guess I could pop by. Because who do I want to see? I want to see Akiko, who is 406 meters that away. So I can drop by Crimson Acid on the way there. Sounds like a good idea. But how was your stream, Charles? Are you still going through Bomb Rush Cyberpunk? Is that the name? I like, that game is super rad, but for some reason that title is word salad to me. and I don't know why. Bomb Rush Cyberpunk. That is the name of it, right? Bomb Rush Cyberpunk. That sounds right, but... Yeah. Crimson? Fuck did Crimson go? Oh, right. Oh, right. She's in the fucking sewers, isn't she? Oh, jeez, wall. Do I have to... Yeah, here we go. Hi, hello, hi, hi.
Crimson Acid.
Syndicate Idol and Secret Trader of Secrets. How can I help you, lady? Oh,
Good
it's
work.
just skins, isn't it? No, not now. Oh, yeah, I do have a fair few things to ask her. Man, your bobs. Why would Carmelina want to kill the council?
Nice doing business with you.
You know this costs, right?
Good.
Yes. A pleasure doing business. Carmelina isn't allowed on the council. The Silence family were barred from ever being on the council. You remember her father's crime, right? Romeo's fall from grace.
Ah.
He was deceived by Cosmic Deceit. Bingo. Cosmic Deceit delivered him with, deceived him with promises of power. Standard stuff. Cosmic Deceit wanted Romeo to sacrifice crying grudge in a ritual. That would give Cosmic Deceit enough power to resurrect.
Secrets breed mysteries.
Resurrecting the gods is our mission, but not at the expense of deceptions and sacrificing other gods. Romeo was stopped before he could go through with it. His punishment was execution and the rest of his family being barred from a council seat for eternity.
That's strange.
The ruling still stands? Carmelina is on the throne right now. Judge thinks they made the right call. It's a temporary situation.
I have my ways.
She's the highest rank outside of the council, and we're about to move to a new perfect island that Carmelina designed. This transition to our eternal home needs to go right, and she's best placed to get us through it. Has Carmelina protested the ruling in the past? She submitted motions to have the ruling overturned, and to get on the council. All have been denied, though. Ooh. Holy shit, Acid has a lot of dirt on everyone. Can I see these motions? Of course, I pulled them from the Moon database. I'll give you a little extra for free. I don't know if this helps with anything, though. Hit me. About 25 years ago, Carmelina went into isolation for a year. No one saw her.
That's strange.
Any idea why?
Hey,
She said it was for work. She had a new project and didn't want to be disturbed. Nothing ever came of it, though. We were never shown the fruits of her labor. Huh.
Ooh, the investigator is here.
Why do you think this matters? You know when you get a bad feeling and it festers? Maybe I just needed to say it out loud. Maybe it means something. I'll see what I find. Huh. Crimson Acid told me that Carmelina has put in a number of motions to join the council that have all been denied. She's a genius architect that has helped the Syndicate birth a potentially perfect island. Does she feel she deserves a seat on the island? Or on the council? Motion 0775000600A, presented by architect Carmelina Silence, details... wasn't this... Oh, no, I'm thinking of Akiko. I'm thinking of the motions tabled by Akiko. Architect Carmelina formally requested a seat on the council in light of her continued work. She acknowledges the crime of her father, but humbly asked the council to reconsider. Motion was declined. See also historical motions 9311S1S5D1, 0893324445, and 341895, 9443217778. Are those... Is that one motion, or is that separate? Whatever. Crimson told me that Carmelina went into isolation 25 years ago. No one knows why. Carmelina is being punished for her father's crimes. The Silence family were barred from ever being on the council as part of his punishment. Doom Jazz. Why would Doom Jazz?
business is business.
Cash. Pay me. This is a big one. The Syndicate's origins aren't what they seem. Ooh.
Good work.
He knows the original secret.
Thank you.
before the First Island, during the Great Betrayal, Montserrat made a mistake that got Doomjazz's father killed. This was before you joined up with the Syndicate. He was our original military general, a legendary soldier. I always heard rumors about him before I joined the Syndicate. There weren't many humans the gods feared, but he was one of them. When the Syndicate fled to the First Island, Montserrat made a stupid call to investigate a tomb that was supposed to contain a heavenly weapon. He was wrong. There was nothing there. Doomjazz's father attempted to hold off the pursuing armies during Montserrat's folly. It was too much. Our pursuers broke through and killed half of the Syndicate before we got away.
We're in a dark time.
The incident was struck from history, but some of the existing council members know about it.
Thank you.
Ice Kiwami likes to talk when he's had a drink, and Doomjazz was his closest friend. He let the little secret slip.
What the hell?
Was?
Don't be coy.
Ice Kiwami had skeletons in his closet. He got found out. The next island was going to be a bad time for him. He took his own life a few years ago. That's
I
rare.
don't like this.
It's rare for Syndicate members to take their own life. Unheard of for council members. Secret for another time. Doomjazz has learned that Montserrat is responsible for Doomjazz's father's death. Montserrat was planning an operation that was a repeat of that incident, but this time Akiko is in harm's way. Oh! Huh. Huh. Let's see. Yep. What do you know about Lydia and Sam?
Business is booming.
I know that. I know that it will cost you. I know about their last job.
What the hell?
What last job?
I have my ways.
Back in the day, Lydia told you that after she met Sam, they left the world assassination for good, right? It isn't that easy. Once you're in that world, you're bound to it until you fulfill all of your duties. An assassin is the most effective tool in the world. All tools have owners. In order to leave their old life behind, Lydia's former master had her do one last job.
Secrets are dangerous.
She had to destabilize the government in Europe. Several dead officials allowed for a regime change.
Nanny the hell?
She just say nunny the hell. Why didn't she tell me this? We've been friends for millennia. She's ashamed. They vowed to end the killing. Sam helped her do the job. They were in it together. It's not as romantic as the story they told everyone, is it? Always be suspicious of romantic stories, lady. Life doesn't work like that.
I don't like this.
Is this what the council murder is? A regime change? Who can say? Was it revenge? A crime of passion? A regime change? You got some investigating to do. Crimson told me about the last job that Sam and Lydia had to do before leaving their life of assassination. They helped to topple a government and incite a regime change. Sounds familiar. That's kinda weak source, I'm gonna be honest. They've done something like this before is like, yeah, sure, to something and some place they don't really care about compared to here. Like, it is a bit sus and should probably be followed up, but at the same time, like, I don't think that was worth the blood crystal, if I'm being honest. Let's get at least one more. Oh, Grace. One Last Kiss. Do you know anything about One Last Kiss? Is that her name? She's good at hiding herself, but I've seen
Got
her.
it.
Do you know who she is? I figure some kind of spirit. I don't know who she was in her former life, though. What do you know about the murder of Grace Bloodlines? Ah, that makes sense.
Thank you.
I've got something good. Are you buying?
Good
Sure.
work.
Ooh, nice crystals.
Thank you.
Do you think it's strange that Carmelina went to the exorcism? Yes.
Sure.
Seems like a dangerous situation for the architect. Very. There was a reason, though. Some syndicate members using encryption in messages to each other. There's a lot of politics and scheming on the islands, after all. I monitor any communications that I can. Network traffic is mostly boring, but sometimes someone forgets to encrypt something. While Carmelina was heading to Henry's apartment with Grace, she messaged Akiko and told her to step out of the room while Grace was doing the exorcism. So Carmelina specifically pulled Akiko out of the room. Huh. Why would she do that? A so-called lapse in procedure was planned? Sure was, lady. Sounds like a plot to me.
Got it.
My work is never done.
Got it.
If you got a copy of this message... They realized the mistake and scrubbed their phones afterwards, so don't expect to be able to confirm this with their phones. Yeah, that would be exceptionally stupid. Besides, it was 10 years ago. Everyone got a Masahiro upgrade since then. Huh. Well. While she was en route to Henry's exorcism, Carmelina sent a message to Akiko telling her to leave Grace unattended with Henry. She forgot to encrypt it. Leave her alone with him. Good job, Carmelina. Probably should have encrypted that one. Well, to be fair, I feel like... that's actually really strange. That's actually, like, oddly convenient. Like, I would have believed that, like, Crimson... I would have believed it more that, like, Crimson was capable of doing it, but it's so time expensive that, like, it's not realistic to do. But she ended up doing it, like, lining up times, cross-referencing and stuff. Just forgot to encrypt is, like, a bit strange. I don't want to say it's, like, lazy, but, like, at the same time, I feel like... Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, something about that just rubs me the wrong way, I think. Fuck it. Let's... Did you see Lydia and Sam last night? Lydia should have been doing her ferrywoman duties. The log at the gate should confirm something about that. Yeah. That one was free. Fuck it, we'll go through all of them. Do you know why Witness would want to kill the Council? Let's see you, Crystal. I know Witness was going to despise
I
Montserrat.
have my ways.
Montserrat was tightening his grip on us all. Montserrat was giving in to paranoia, worried about his precious perfect island.
Secrets breed mysteries.
History was repeating. The island was shrouded in fear. We'd all grown complacent and happy in our freedoms. Montserrat had always been building towards a perfect island and a perfect syndicate. As you know, the syndicate was formed with the goal of resurrecting our gods. 24 islands in, when we weren't doing a great job.
Don't be coy.
Almost all the pyramids out in the ocean sit empty. Montserrat didn't care, though. He decided that was step 2. Step 1? Step 1 was the Syndicate? Our efforts have always been divided between resurrecting the gods and improving the islands. If Montserrat could make the Syndicate perfect, we could give our full attention to the gods. Why wouldn't Witness want to go along with that? You've been gone a while. Montserrat changed. So did Witness. Witness doesn't trust Montserrat at all.
The investigator is here.
Has Witness been deceived by a god? Oh, shit, hold on. Not that I'm aware of. Never had that suspicion. I think this is just some self-radicalization.
Thank you.
He slipped further and further into worship and fear of the astral masters. You don't need to be deceived into being a servant when you've got a healthy dose of the end of times fear in you. So Witness murders the council to put the fear of the gods into them and refocus the syndicate on our holy mission. I'm not saying that's what happened, but if you want to pin a motive on Witness, it's what I'd go with. Witness believes we're heading for the end times. How can we have end times if our gods are dead or dormant? Only a handful of gods came to Earth. The rest of them are out there. The gods are self-serving morons. They've never looked out for their own kind.
Weird.
Take it up with Witness. I have no time for religious debates. Witness has become a religious nut that burns with the fire of righteousness. He has begun to proclaim that the end is coming. The Syndicate are not holy enough, and more needs to be done to resurrect the gods. As well as Montserrat was infuriated with... Oh, sorry, Witness was infuriated with Montserrat, focusing on the Syndicate, not the gods. Shit, I'm speaking away from the mic. He believes we're heading towards the end times. Did he kill the Council to galvanize the Syndicate into religious fervor? Sure. What do you know about the escape last night? Secrets about that haven't worked their way to me about Henry's escape. If you think there's more to it, then there's seems there might be physical evidence near the scene. What the report says is true. The only way to the council building is through the Syndicate HQ. If we went through there, he'd have been logged. Check the Nightmare computer logs. Alright, thank you, Crimson. We won't hang out just yet. May your journey be endless, and may you reach the moon. I'm having a hard time distinguishing their two voices, but it's fine. Akiko. Wait, what? How the fuck? How the fuck do we get over there? Wait, how do you get over there? Oh, was there a soldier over there that would let me over there? I don't remember now. Little screen rumble that's kind of there. Grubby skimming runes. An old superstition says that skimming rune stones into the sea is a way to ease the consequences of your actions. Jeez. Hey, Shinji. Oh. Okay. How does one get into there, then? Ah, hang on. Hey, man. This is a work of art. The integrity of the Syndicate is the canvas. A knife is the brush. Is it modern art? Abstract? Formal? Who can say? Always hated art. Anyway, gotta run. Jackass. How does one get into that part of the thing? Excuse? How? It is not very clear how I get into there. Why wouldn't it just be...
Blood crystal obtained.
Can I, like, bullshit my way in here? No, I can't DI. How the fuck? Oh. Oh. These bars on the prison bridge have been destroyed.
Sure.
I presume this is how Henry got it. Oh, shit. Oh, no. Pillow, come back. Knock the damn thing off. Presume this is how Henry got out. The desolation cells connected to the mainland by this bridge. Some residue. I'll run it through Starlight. Residue sample. 68.7% thermite, 29% barium nitrate, 2% sulfur, 0.3% polybutadiene, acrylonite, acrylonitrile? Polybutadiene acrylonitrile. No traces of unknown chemicals found. Starlight says this is thermite. Doesn't seem to be demonic in nature.
Sure.
Someone may have melted through these bars. Huh. But it wasn't like... It appears to be done by military-grade explosives, not demonic strength. It's interesting. Oh yeah, I guess I walked through the... Yeah, why wouldn't I do that? Store leads to the barracks. It's a secure tunnel to the Desolation cell where Henry is incarcerated. It is coded only to Akiko's blood vial. There is a secure tunnel running between the Desolation cell and the barracks. It is only coded to Akiko's blood vial. Interesting. Sup? What do you want, freak? What's your deal? Security. After last night, I'm here to man the bridge controls.
What the hell?
Why? These are the only controls. The Grand Marshal is guarding the killer. If he escapes again, which he won't, I need to raise the bridge.
Sure.
Good. Just in time. Glad Paradise is safe now. Anyway, I'm gonna activate the bridge.
No activate computer.
Skull? Do I even... Oh yeah, no, I do have skull. No, that's the wrong... Is it the wrong one? Oh. Because I had an incorrect... Yeah. I'd overlaid dumb shit. Skull and the tiny
Computer
horns.
unlocked.
Fuck yes. Oh jeez, it's gonna make me walk. Damn, okay. I thought it might have actually cut this out, but yeah, no. No. Walk there. Do it. Ooh. Oh, jeez. Alright, hold on. I'm gonna actually fix the audio for this, because this sounds intriguing. Caged demon. Oh.
Fast travel unlocked. Starlight
Yes, thank
beams
you.
obtained.
Bridge to nowhere.
Nenorochito.
Bitch.
What the hell?
Pardon? I'm calling you something unspeakable in my native language.
Oh, I'm glad to be back.
Good to see you again, Akiko. Grand Marshal Akiko 14, born in Mihai Day, Romania in AD 991 under the sign of New Night. The Grand Marshal recruits, trains, and leads her marshals in any military activity the Syndicate performs. Akiko was born an orphan in Mihai Day, Romania during the reign of the gods. She was drafted into the army of New Night as Damned Harmony's forces pushed across Eastern Europe. At age 13, she was leading guerrilla operations after excelling at hand-to-hand and weapons-based combat. When the Great Betrayal happened, she fled to join the Syndicate. New Night had given her a home and a purpose. She had no intention of forsaking her god. I'll brief you on the murder. Something about this character gives me, Indivisible vibes.
Sure.
I'm listening.
Freak.
So it's the first time, I suppose. Henry Division has been incarcerated for a decade. Before his incarceration, he was arrested multiple times for arson, robbery, assault, and attempted celestial rituals. Okay, yep. He had been under watch by his school and served a short jail time for attempting to communicate with the gods in a failed ritual. 1 year later, he succeeded in communicating with the gods. Demons poured in through the psychic pathways he opened. Henry was possessed by a demon, killed his mother in their apartment. We arrested him, but he had already tainted the island. He sealed off the area around his apartment, concrete sarcophagus over the dead zone. Henry resisted arrest and murdered our chief exorcist Christ bloodlines. He's been kept in the desolation cell full of inhibitors ever since.
How?
So, how did he escape? I removed him from his cell and took him to the ritual stone. The blood pools in the recesses of the stone and stops the tainted liquid from touching the island. That Labadju took his chance when I opened the cell. He pushed me aside and then he was gone. This is at 2352. Lack of injuries.
Don't test me.
You appear uninjured. This is Masahiro Heavy Industries bleeding edge Shikagawa power armor.
Don't test me.
The armor wasn't enough to stop a citizen. When you face the demon in battle, you get to comment, freak.
Got it.
How did Henry get a murder weapon? He took my combat knife. Oh. When he escaped in the struggle, he grabbed my knife. You couldn't... Did he attack you? No. He took it and ran.
Where?
Where did you find him? Outside the council building at 3 past midnight. He was passed out. The demon did its work and left him broken. He had the knife with him. I attempted to secure the crime scene, but was unable to. I'm not able to traverse the second holy seal. No, I'm not gonna try and pronounce that. Naibi, and wrap this up so we can execute him and go to the next island, Love Dies.
Crime is repulsive.
Our orders are to investigate before we execute him.
Nenorachito, you're out of your mind.
Don't drag this out. Do your work and let me do mine. Here's my report about last night.
That Labadju.
And a report on the Labadju's history. Don't like that word. Dr. Doomjaz left his medical report with me as well. Take it. Doomjaz examined Henry. When we found him, we called the doctor. Standard practice to go to him to get him examined. Speak to Doomjaz if you want to know more.
Goodbye, Nenorachito.
Report HD 655512. Subject Henry Division, citizen. Subject has been placed on watch list under advisement of Syndicate School Principal LC. Suspected inclination towards celestial communication. Subject has shown repeated interest in aspects of demonology. Report HD 891211645116. Subject Henry Division citizen. H Division was arrested during a redacted ritual to communicate with a god redacted. Ritual was not completed. Minimum jail time to be served. Edit. H Division has since been arrested and incarcerated for a completed ritual that brought demonic possession or demonic corruption to paradise. Full review of the failings has been initiated. Akiko's report states that Henry assaulted Akiko and took her combat knife. Akiko's report states that Henry was found with the murder weapon, Akiko's combat knife, that he took during his escape. The marshals were killed with a blade, but whose? According to Akiko's report, Henry had taken Akiko's knife. Henry was found outside the council building with the alleged murder weapon, a knife he took from Akiko during his escape. Akiko has prepared a report about Henry. It concludes that his motive to kill the council is born from his prior crimes of demonic possession. It also details his movements on the night. He broke out of incarceration at 2352, took Akiko's knife and made his way to the council building. He was discovered at 3 past midnight outside the building with a knife covered in the council's blood. Akiko's report states Henry broke free at 22. He made it back to the island, broke through the prison bridge bars, went to the council building, breached through the holy seals, and committed mass murder. He was found, with the blood. This is Dr. Doomjazz's medical report for Henry. Doomjazz examined him last night after his arrest. Syndicate health assessment document, citizen
Don't
version.
test me.
Examination instructions state that citizens should be examined but not administer medication or care beyond what is necessary. Patient's body is strong but fatigued, shows clear signs of possession, scarring, burns, and arcane sigils. Blood work shows no signs of abnormalities or intoxication.
That's weird.
Patient had visible blood around the mouth. Tests show his blood matches several victims of the councilman murder.
The investigator is here.
Further samples confirmed that blood was ingested via the mouth and within the stomach of the patient, likely ingested during the attack. Patient appears free from mental illness, but is suffering from amnesia, common side effect of demonic possession. Patient has no memory of the decades since his possession. Patient doesn't remember anything about the events of tonight. Well, that's fucking convenient, isn't it? Oh, I'm really suspicious of Akiko. Yeah, no, something's up. None of this lines up with Henry being the one that kind of killed him, or killed them. Because, like, okay, on one hand, I buy that Henry, for whatever reason, was, ended up ingesting the blood of the council. I believe that 100% because, he was possessed by a demon. I would imagine the demon might have some want of that. But Henry alone getting through the holy seals, the breach in the bars being from thermite, Akiko moving guards around specifically for that night, and the inconsistency with with Henry's MO is too much. This seems like Akiko or someone... Either Akiko orchestrated part of this, or someone got Akiko to do this. Collapse most likely due to the extreme exhaustion from overexertion.
I hate demons.
During the patient's possession 10 years ago, arcane sigils were seared into his flesh by the possessing demon. These symbols were found drawn in blood at the crime scene. Since no exorcism was performed 10 years ago, Henry has been tortured by the demon contained within him.
The investigator is here.
During prior examinations, the patient has complained about the white-hot rage inside of him. The patient's body had the correct dosage of demonic inhibitors. Okay. So realistically, the demon shouldn't have been able to do the thing? My final assessment is that the demon within the patient managed to overcome the inhibitors at a crucial moment. The patient escaped under the will of the demon with no memory of it having happened.
Got it.
Well, everything checks out. According to the medical report, Henry was full of inhibitors and sedated. If that's true, how did he have the energy to escape? The medical report from Doomjazz confirms that the blood found in Henry's stomach is that of several members of the council. It is assumed that he ingested it during the murder. Henry was found outside the council building with blood of the victims in his stomach, suggesting he ingested it. This is confirmed in the medical report from Doomjazz. The medical report states Henry's amnesia is caused by demonic possession. The demonic symbols scarring his body were drawn in blood at the scene. He had ingested the blood of the victims. It speculates that the demon inside him overcame the inhibitors and kept him sedated. I really don't buy that. I don't buy that at all. What's Akiko's explanation for the inhibitors? I should find the distance and time it would take for Henry to escape. Yeah, oh, yeah, actually, that's a really good point. I was gonna make a joke earlier of there's no way this is true. He can't get there in, like, what, 11 minutes or something like that? That's bullshit. I've walked through here. I can check the Nightmare Computer's logs in the HQ to confirm if the official version of events is true and Henry went through there to the council building. You speak to Akiko about how Henry managed to escape. Henry had a blade. Is it the murder weapon? If the marshals were body swapped, the bodies must have come from somewhere close by. The blood I found at the Akiko carries a sword. The logs in the Paradise Gate should help me with Lydia and the thing. Why did Carmelina send a message to Akiko asking to be alone during Henry's exorcism? Lydia told me to speak to Sam and Yuri about... Oh, sorry. Speak to Sam and Yuri? Or Sam about Yuri, right. Hey.
Grand Marshal Akiko 14.
Grand Marshal.
Paradise feels wrong.
Do you really believe Henry did this? Every bit of security breached by a citizen.
That Labajiu.
Slabaju isn't a normal citizen. He's possessed by a demon.
I'll kill you!
Of course I believe he did it. He broke free when I was there, and we found him outside of the council building.
That's weird.
You don't have any doubts?
Nenorochito!
You stupid Norochito. Nenorochito. Can you think of anyone that has a motive for the crime?
Ishpebune.
Investigator.
That Labajiu.
In the cell did it. Don't waste my
The
time.
investigator is here.
You can't think of anyone else with a motive for killing the council and threatening the entire structure of the syndicate.
You need to back off.
What do you think? Is that a
Bye, Nenorochito.
fuck brick wall? What about your motive? Oh yeah, fuck. This is gonna be juicy. Have you got a motive, Akiko?
Turfa!
I don't have a motive, Nenorochito. I'm a soldier. Soldiers have honor and live to serve. Yeah, I'm not gonna try and pronounce... Well, I guess I could. Dispari din fata mia. There's gonna be context and pronunciation I'm gonna be aware of. Like, it's unfortunate, but, like, yeah. I don't really want to try and do that and make it, like, offensive. Like, that feels like a bad... I'll assume that's a no, then. Does your relationship with Captain Voth have anything to do with this?
Chedraku.
Nenorochito.
Got it.
An illicit relationship that got found out would be punishable.
Rahat.
I'll kill you.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Careful.
Is this a fact?
You've been
Or a
asking for the
truth?
marshals to be inducted, haven't you?
Rahat!
It's a reasonable request. We guard these islands. But you've been denied. What if there was an incident that prompted the council to reconsider? Crime to end all crimes on the eve of Perfect 25, for example? I admire you, Nenorochito. You believe so fully in all sorts of little stories and fantasies. Must be nice being so credulous, undaunted by the
I
world.
don't like this.
Is that a denial, then? Of course. You were found out. You're going to be punished next island for your relationship with your marshals. That gives you a clear motive. Kill the council to protect yourself.
Rahat.
Ooh, the investigator is here.
Which means... you are full of shit. You don't know anything. I live by the rules. I'm a woman of honor. We'll see about that. What about you wanting to expand the role of the marshals? Where have you pulled that from?
The facts and the truth are not the same.
You want exorcism to be a marshal role. It makes sense. We hunt them. Might as well do the next step.
Got it.
Sounds to me you're making a land grab to boost the importance of the marshals. Believe what you want, Nenorochito. Tell me about your movements last night. I need your alibi.
Che.
Have you read my report? Were you listening to what I told you? Still,
I need to investigate this.
doesn't include what you did between Henry escaping and being found.
Nenorochito.
I called witness when it happened. At 23:52.
Nenorochito.
Yes, Nenorochito. At 23:52. Then I ordered my marshals to secure other syndicate members. What about the council?
Soldiers of honor.
My best marshals were guarding them. They reported in all clear. But then they were killed.
Do you want to die?
Is this a joke to you? Do you want to die by my hand?
Sure.
What did you do next? I went back to the barracks to organize the search for Henry.
That Labajiu.
I found where he had torn the prison bridge bars apart to escape. He could have been anywhere. The Holy Seal Marshal stopped responding. That's when we found Henry outside the council building.
What time?
What time was this? 3 past midnight. That's precise.
Nenorochito.
Being precise is my job.
Ah,
Can anyone corroborate this?
Nenorochito.
Word of the Grand Marshal isn't good enough for you, Nenorochito? No.
the truth remains obscured.
An investigator can't go off your word.
Wista.
Witness will confirm the phone call. My marshals will confirm the rest.
Thank you.
Thank you for your cooperation.
Crime cannot hide.
Can I see your phone records?
Ishprost.
My records are classified. You're refusing to give evidence.
Classified.
C-L-A-S-S-I-F-I... Oh.
Got it.
Classified Nenorochito. I get it. Akiko refuses to give me her phone records, claiming she has the authority to refuse to for security reasons. She was at the Desolation cell preparing to execute Henry. Henry escaped and Akiko called witness before heading to the barracks to organize the search. What did you call witness about? Do you know where KHX is? No. He's been missing for several days.
The investigator is here.
Have you searched for him? What do you think? The marshals conducted a brief search, but we are stretched thin at the end of an island. And there are several thousand citizens that need rounding up and taking to the slaughter ritual. Do you have any suspicion? Oh god, voice. There's a lot of voice acting here. No. He wants to disappear, then let him.
Sure.
Even though a mass murder happened last night. He didn't do it. Henry did. Of course. Tell me about why your necklace is in KHX's workshop.
I'll kill you.
You think you stumbled onto something, don't you, Nenorochito?
Kahat.
Got me to the scene of a crime. KHX made my necklace and it broke a while ago. I took it to him to get repaired before the end of the island. When was this? About a month ago. When he went missing, I accepted that fate had decided that the necklace wasn't supposed to go to the next island. It's important to let things go. So you haven't been to his workshop in the last few days. There are slightly more important things to do at the end of an island. So along with an order form for a repair, Akiko claims it was in for a repair. Who killed the Holy Sea Marshals? What can you tell me about the guards at the First Holy Seal? Soldiers of honor. My 2 most trusted soldiers.
How?
How did Henry get the jump on 2 highly ranked marshals?
Turfa.
It's easy to judge and mock when you haven't lived through hell. Demon is a vile foe, unpredictable, frenzied, blood-crazed. My marshals will have fought valiantly, but an unknown foe overcame them. Unknown. Demons come from all corners of the heavens. It is impossible to know how each acts or fights. Why haven't the bodies of the marshals been cleared away? Judge ordered me to leave them for you to investigate. I protested. It's better than to be poked at by someone playing detective. Can I see your sword?
Pula.
There'd better be a stunning reason why you're asking. Checking a lead. I'm checking a lead about the weapon used to murder the marshals.
Nenorochito.
Do not disgrace their memory by chasing wild theories. Akiko.
Nenorochito, you're out of your mind.
Here. Sword has seen some use. The blade is nicked. The nicked blade is consistent with the neck wounds on the marshals.
Thank you.
Thank you, Akiko. Do you think the knife used to kill the First Holy Seal Marshals was the one taken by Henry? It's like I'm talking to myself sometimes. Of course I do. Can you describe it? Smooth-bladed combat knife.
Sure.
You're positive about the smoothness of the blade? Yes. It hadn't been used before. It hadn't been used before now. My old knife became damaged during a training exercise recently. Okay, so Akiko killed the guards. Akiko killed the fucking guards. Yeah, this is a fucking setup. This is to set up Henry. Akiko fucking... Well, okay, we know Akiko killed the guards. Whether or not Akiko was the one that killed the council members is likely, but... Ewan Voth. Tell me about Ewan Voth. Captain Voth. Don't you dare speak about my marshals without proper rank.
Crime cannot hide.
You were in a relationship with him. Relationships between myself and the marshals is expressly forbidden. Doesn't mean it didn't happen.
Do you want to die?
Watch yourself. A lot of murders happen on this island. Did anyone notice some investigator going missing? Blood doesn't match. I took a blood sample from the dead marshals. They don't match marshal records.
Freak.
What rahat is this now?
I don't like this.
I don't think those dead bodies are marshals.
Nenorochito.
That is total shit, investigator.
What the hell?
It's not, Akiko. Something is wrong here. What the hell is going on?
Do you want to die?
You're the thing that's wrong here. Swaggering around out of exile, making fantasy out of truth. I'm saying Starlight got it wrong. Your little pocket calculator is wrong. Starlight connects to the central syndicate. It's wrong. Why wasn't the maintenance grate checked before the council entered the building? It was, several days ago. It's since been tampered with and your marshals didn't catch it. It's a security breach on your watch. I'll look into it. A little late now. Akiko told me that the blade Henry took from her is new and unused, giving it a perfect blade. Yep. Akiko cut down the guards. The dead marshal's blood doesn't match the records of the marshals that were supposed to be stationed there. Who was really guarding the council building? These marshals were assigned by Akiko. Akiko claims Starlight has made a mistake. That's, yeah. Good rebuttal there, fucking Akiko. During Henry's exorcism 10 years ago, you left Grace Bloodlines alone with him. Why are we talking about this? How does this relate to the council murder?
The investigator is here.
That's what I'm trying to find out.
You need to back off.
Yes. I made the mistake.
Don't test me.
There seems to be a pattern. Heat on the street is that you're trying to expand the responsibilities of the marshals. You wanted to fold exorcism into the duties of the marshals.
Paradise feels
Sure would be
wrong.
helpful if a demonic threat killed our exorcist.
Rahat!
I should kill you for that accusation. Tell me about the message you got from Carmelina on the day of Henry's exorcism.
You're trying to find the wrong truth.
What message?
Is this a fact?
Carmelina
Oh,
sent you a
trick.
message telling you to leave Grace alone with Henry.
That's a lie, Nenorochito.
No, she didn't. I have a copy of the message right here.
Hula.
Someone's giving you false evidence, Nenorochito. The architect was there that day, but she didn't tell me to do anything. She doesn't have authority over me.
The facts and the truth
Then
are
why
not
did
the
you?
same.
Then why did you step out of the room? I considered the scene and prisoner secure. I needed to make sure that the architect was safe. Corrupted areas are full of danger. I don't buy that. Akiko didn't follow a resting procedure. She should have known better. Akiko left the room, leaving Henry and Grace together. Akiko claims it was to check on Carmelina. I think that's bullshit. How did Henry manage to escape? I thought I gave you my report. I must have been dreaming. Or hallucinating.
Don't test me.
Okay, I get it. How did the bars of the bridge get broken? Henry broke through them. What if he didn't? Bullshit.
Got it.
Starlight's analysis of the residue on the bars says that it was explosives. Starlight is wrong. Your little machine is trying to analyze something demonic and doing the best it can. I feel like it'd know when it's, like, not, proper. Oh, shit. I don't have Moobot in here. Fuck. I knew I forgot to do something before. Jesus. What am I doing? Jesus. Well, that was dumb of me. Anyway. How did Henry escape if he was sedated? He played us. The inhibitors needed to be stronger. Report says they were the correct dosage.
Nenorocito.
What if the demon tricked us, though? If the demon could slow Henry's body down, the dosage of inhibitors needed would be lower. The demon maintains this act, and when the time comes, he drops the pretense and makes his move. Is that likely? As likely as anything. Not that it matters. It is what happened. Why were you on your own when Henry escaped? It was just one prisoner that was supposed to be sedated. Why not take a squad of marshals, just to be sure? I'll admit hubris. When marshals did not come to the next island, do not come to the next island with us. They engaged in their final prayers. I wanted them to have one last moment of happiness before being wiped out. Soldiers aren't supposed to know happiness when duty has to be done. Well, yeah, by her logic. In her report, Akiko notes that she broke procedure in going to execute Henry on her own. She admits her hubris, but that doesn't exonerate her. According to the medical report, Henry was full of inhibitors and sedated. If that's true, how did he have the energy to escape? Akiko believes the demon inside Henry tricked the inhibitors. That feels bull. So much of this is just like self. What's the word I'm looking for here? Not self-fulfilling, but like the fuck is the word? What phrase am I looking for here? Like, well, it's all like based under an assumption that based under all of this is under the presumption that Henry just did it, and she's like post hoc like explaining everything, like, oh, I guess the inhibitors didn't work. It's like, yeah, but why didn't they work? It's like, because they didn't. It's like, fuck kind of bullshit is that? And besides, like, surely if inhibitors could be tricked by demons, like, the inhibitors needed wouldn't be based on, like, yeah, so much of that doesn't make any fucking sense. Anyway, Carmelina's alibi. Did you see the architect last night? You should ask her. I'm not a babysitter. Okay. Did you see Crimson?
Nenorocito.
I don't know if you realize this, but I had my hands full last night. I don't know where Crimson was. Go ask her. Did you see Lydia and Sam? I had my hands full last night. I wasn't keeping tabs on the happy couple. What do you know about Henry's demonic possession 10 years ago? What do you want? I told you about this possession. Why wasn't he executed when he was arrested? He posed a threat to the island. Are you stupid? The demon wouldn't die with him. The demon would escape into the island.
The investigator is here.
So why execute him at the end of the island? Why not let him blink out of existence with the old island? That's the way it is. Criminals get theirs. It's inconsistent! What the fuck? He's a victim. He didn't want the demon to possess him. What do you know? You sure he didn't invite the demon in? You got deceived by a god. Don't forget that. Second Holy Seal. What do you know about the Second Holy Seal? I know he in the cell got through it and killed the council.
I'll put your head on a spike.
I also know you're wasting my time and not executing him. Awesome. May your night be bright. No, may your night be bright, and may you reach the moon.
Ooh, the investigator is here.
This is where Henry started from, according to Akiko. She claims he broke free at 23:52 and was found at 3 past midnight. Starlight can crunch the numbers. The distance and times don't match up. He couldn't have broken free, made it to the penthouse, breached all 4 holy seals, killed the council, and have got back to the penthouse entrance to be found in the time Akiko claims. Actually, hold on. Doesn't that mean that it's not likely that Akiko did it? Okay, hold on. Yeah, I was gonna kind of wrap up after this one, but this is a good point because this is just because of time. But this is also a good moment to kind of take stock of everything we know now. So this doesn't add up, which brings Akiko's entire report into question, which I believe is what we're basing the entire timeline on. I think we know. I'm not sure how we know, but I think we do know that, yeah, I'm not sure if what this is actually showing me, if this is showing me the facts as we know them, and it doesn't credit it to how we know either, so I can only assume that midnight is when they were killed. Although, yeah, it doesn't seem automatic. Like, I think all of them are inferring the murder based on the fact they found Henry outside. But, so, yeah, this is making me wonder how much of this timeline I should actually question. For what we do know is that, Henry could not have done everything within the, 11 minutes it would have taken between the times Akiko reports Henry escaped and found him. But it was clearly enough time for Akiko to get there. So, first off, I think we can rule out that Akiko was the one that killed the council. I think that makes sense to rule out. Because if we're bringing into question the fact that Henry could have done this in this time, then likely Akiko couldn't either. So then, what? Actually, do we know if Akiko brought marshals with her when they found Henry? Because now I'm wondering if Akiko did something, or, well, I mean, the marshals could have probably been in cahoots and not reporting on it, because, yeah, they probably do that. So if we're, okay, yeah, let's think about this. If we're bringing into question the idea Henry could have done this in this time, that means Akiko didn't do this herself. However, something is still up with this. Akiko clearly changed the guards that were going to be guarding the council before this happened. Either that, or, maybe she brought guards with her to kill their... Well, sorry, let me back up. Let me back up a little bit. So, Akiko couldn't have done that, but Henry and or Akiko could have murdered the guards. That probably still makes sense, because, the travel time thingy. But that would also... I would also guess that, maybe Akiko took an unconscious Henry, over-sedate... Oh, actually... Huh. No, the sedated thing was, normal. And I don't think they noticed any, injuries to him. He was, overexerted. Well, Doomjazz mentioned in the report that he was, he collapsed due to exhaustion. I'm wondering if, that is consistent, or if there's some way that Akiko could have tired him out, or maybe even knocked him out and made it appear that he was just tired. So, Akiko and Henry could have made it to the front, but that means that one of them is likely guilty of killing the guards. And we know that, Akiko... we know that Akiko's sword would match the wounds on the soldiers, or on the guards, as compared to the knife, which is a clean blade. So, Akiko's sword killed the guards. So either Akiko is lying about the weapon that was taken, or which I don't think she'd have reason to do, because the knife was already taken by her. So, like... Well, actually, yeah, that's a really good question. Why doesn't Akiko just say that, Henry took the sword? That would probably cover up the killing better. Anyway. So, I have to surmise, then, that, Akiko killed the guards. Whether or not the guards on duty were changed before this happened, or she killed other guards on the spot to make it look like the guards on duty were killed. There is a question there, but it seems unlikely to me that Akiko wasn't involved in the switching of the guards to some degree, and she killed them. But then there's a bigger question, which is, why did she feel the need to kill the guards? This was clearly to frame Henry for killing the council, but then Akiko must have known that the council was going to be murdered? So is she, like, trying to help someone by framing Henry? She would obviously benefit from the syndicate, like, kind of syndicate and council, and new council, thinking that they need to induct the marshals into the syndicate so they don't get wiped out with the island. But that doesn't mean that she herself would have killed the council. She would still assist someone who is going to kill the council, though, and she has Henry's potentially unconscious body. Well, yeah, actually, Henry was found unconscious with the guards, so Akiko has access to Henry's unconscious body, could have made him ingest the blood, or even convinced him to do it. The other thing that could be happening here is that Henry and Akiko strike a deal. Well, sorry, the demon possessing Henry and Akiko strike a deal to frame Henry for that, and the demon gets to ingest the council's blood for whatever fucking shit that'll do. Or Akiko purely does that to make it look like Henry went in to kill the council members and was in there, because everyone assumes that he must have done that during the attack, which isn't necessarily true. Though I know he'd probably have to be conscious to ingest the blood. I don't know how that would work exactly, but yeah. But yeah, so like there were obvious things like suggesting Akiko kind of like was at least in on things. But I think because we're calling Henry's ability to do all of this into question within the time specified, I think we can safely say Akiko killed the guards but played no further part in it other than framing Henry. Which raises the question, who actually killed the council then? Because it wasn't Henry, it can't have been Akiko for similar reasons, but it's also someone Akiko was potentially aiding? Or she had reason to believe, no, she must have known that the council was going to die. Because either Henry escapes, so either Henry escapes legitimately and Akiko thinks on her feet as she gets to see the guards, goes into the council's room and makes it look like Henry ingested the blood. Which happens 12 minutes? It's 9 minutes later. 9 minutes after Akiko reported finding Henry. It's not unreasonable. Akiko confirms to witness that the Holy Seals are closed. Oh. Well, yeah, I mean, Akiko's reporting that now, so I have to question whether or not the Holy Seals were actually closed at that time. Because if the seals were actually closed, then how does Henry get the blood in his system? Or how does he ingest the blood? Sorry, 1 second. Sorry, thought I heard something. Yeah, because then there's a question of, like... Okay, so we know the Holy Seals are closed now, because we're trying to reopen them. So at some point, the seals are closed. Is it when Akiko reports to Witness that they're closed? It's, like, there's a time between... There's some time between Akiko reporting that the guards have been killed and Akiko reporting that the seals are closed. But, yeah, this is a bit I'm not... Because I don't know whether Akiko would have been able to close or open the seals. Yeah, something about that still doesn't add up. And yeah, I mean, I'm going based on Akiko's kind of reporting here. I haven't talked to Witness to the end yet to, like, corroborate what's happened. So I don't know how much of this timeline I should actually question. Although, even if I did have Witness's statements regarding, oh yeah, Akiko did tell me this, like, that doesn't mean that that was true. And, yeah, like... So, yeah, and the grate makes me think that, like, someone was subverting the guards. So, like, there's no reason to kill the guards if you snuck in through the back. But, so the murder of the guards is purely to frame Henry. But to do that, you would need to have the blood of the council to feed Henry. Which you can't have... unless you were the one that killed the council, or you had access through, or the Holy Seals weren't closed. So the question is, did the person that killed the council bring the blood out, or did Akiko actually have access to the penthouse? And by 12, is probably around the time that, like, you can no longer... 12, when Judge assumes authority over the island, is probably the point at which you can no longer do anything about that. So, like, that is the latest point I think the seals could have been closed. So yeah, I think we can establish a couple of things. This was I believe there's a high likelihood this was premeditated and Akiko was a part of it. Like, it feels very unlikely this was an improvisation. And I believe... I thought initially it was premeditated because the guard switching, but if Akiko killed the guards on the spot, because I don't think we have a time of death of the guards yet. If Akiko killed them on the spot, that could have been a bit more on the spot decision. Whereas bringing Henry to the crime scene unconscious, presumably, does speak to premeditation. Like, yeah, I don't know. I don't think there's another realistic explanation for that. It's either that or Henry legitimately did escape. He was, like, held up by the guards, and then Akiko, who knew about this plan already, killed the guards in question, and then knocked Henry unconscious, fed him the blood, etc., etc. Yeah, there's a lot there that's still a thing. But, yeah, for the time being, at least, that's gonna be it. Picture there. yeah, the plot thickens. Yeah, I felt like Akiko was a bit of a red herring in terms of the person that actually did it, because that just seems a bit too obvious with how immediately it seemed to be that she would have a motive for that. So, yeah, it does make sense. Like, her being part of the, I guess, attempt on the council's life makes sense. The question is, like, you know, how much was it premeditated? What did she actually do? And some details surrounding that. And unfortunately, the only person that can tell us is Henry, who does not recall what happened. Which is exceptionally convenient for Akiko. But then, who in the fuck actually killed the council then? Like, like, someone else snuck in. We know Witness and the Architect have alibis. Crimson Acid doesn't have an alibi. One Last Kiss doesn't have an alibi. Lydia and Sam have an alibi, though we haven't confirmed it with the logs. We don't know anything about Yuri's alibi. We know Akiko was in part of this, but couldn't... Akiko has an alibi specifically for killing the council, because we're establishing that Henry likely couldn't have done all that shit, so Akiko couldn't have done that herself. Ooh. Yeah, this is a good mystery. One thing that I'm wondering about too is, what the fuck? Whomst? Sir? Do you fucking mind? God, this new shit does it. Not a great flashlight. I guess we're gonna have a crow now, you know. Yeah. This is a good mystery. And it's like dense too. It feels like this generally has the structure of like one gigantic case from something like Ace Attorney or Danganronpa, where it's just this one big thing you're looking into, but with kind of like a bit more isolated or smaller things making it up instead of like, you know, looking like incredibly deeply at this one crime. Yeah, I like it. There's definitely a lot of wandering around you can do in this game, and I'm honestly really not a fan of the map. They've got there's like a shitload of warp points, which is definitely very helpful, but like correlating the actual warp point to the actual position on the island is kind of hard. And it makes navigating the space a bit more difficult than it probably should be. Like, once you get the lay of the land, it's probably fine, because you generally know where things are, but navigating it for the first time is kind of rough, honestly. Especially when you're in a denser part of the island, and it's not showing you where on the island you are, just in a general area, which doesn't really help you, ultimately. But it's not the biggest deal. Like, it's a bit of an annoyance, but otherwise, like... I think the 3D world part of this is very good. Even if I can get lost in it doing basically almost nothing. Yeah. There's also going to be a lot of revisiting witnesses too, which is a fun thing to kind of do. I do know that, like, some of the writing... I generally am a fan of the writing in this, but there's a couple of bits of writing that are just kind of not super good. In particular, when it comes to... Oh, fuck. I forgot. I thought of an example, and then it just left me. Shit. No, whatever. I'll probably talk about that another time, because there's a lot of dialogue in this game. And yeah, I've talked about before, like, the VA lines kind of not making a lot of sense for someone like Lydia to interject with. I feel like Akiko's were a hell of a lot more on point in terms of, like, matching tone for tone. But yeah, good game. And we're going to be playing more of this tomorrow. Yeah, I'm ending the stream a little bit early because I realize I need to get some stuff done, and it's probably better for me to err on the side of caution, because I'm going to be going out tonight, so, oh, shit, that was sudden. So yeah, I don't really want to chance, I don't really want to take a chance on getting to places late, basically. But, yeah, same time tomorrow, we'll be continuing, more of this. I might have a guest tomorrow, too. And then it'll be a new week. Like I've said the last couple of weekends, and when I've been streaming, the work I'm doing at the moment is fairly draining, so I haven't really felt in the mood to stream during the week. And it looks like that's not gonna... It looks like that's not going to stop anytime soon. I'm on, like, a lot of longer projects that are like that. So... Like, I'm not saying I'm not going to be streaming at all. Obviously, I'm doing it just kind of whenever I feel like it. But they're probably going to be sparse, and I might need to rethink, like, what I'm streaming during the week and keep it to, like, Elden Ring, 14 job quests, and, like, Blasphemous. I've been playing a lot of Path of Exile, which, like, this league has a stranglehold on me, but it's honestly... Which is good, because I've had a game that, like, I don't stream often, that I can kind of, like, kick back and kind of relax with, but at the same time, yeah, it's taken up a lot of time that I probably otherwise would have been streaming, but again, work's been kind of weird. And I'm pretty sure I'm not going to finish this game tomorrow, so we're probably going to be streaming more of this next weekend. But yeah, yeah, things might be a bit sparse for the next couple of months, I think, during the week. I'm gonna strive to at least, like, do maybe shorter streams or something. One of the things I'm trying to get myself into is just, like, look, I'm not gonna stream, like, a full, you know, 3-4 hour thing at night, which, like, I'd like to do. But if I just do something, I'm making progress, right? I felt a little bit stuck just having, like, Elden Ring and Blasphemous kind of, like, sitting there, not completed, but I'm barely getting any of it done. So I'm going to make an effort to try and do that, but obviously that requires me to have energy, which I generally haven't been after work recently, but yeah. So yeah, that's roughly the plans. Tomorrow more Paradise Killer, probably more Paradise Killer next weekend, and then hopefully something during the week. I'm in a position to do an Ninja Quest line, so I'll probably at least do that at some point, but as to when, just have to wait and see. But yeah, I'm gonna stop torturing you all with the Call of this Crow. So, yeah, we're gonna leave it there then. So, thank you very much for watching live or on the VODs. I really appreciate it. I hope you all have a lovely day, and I hope to see you all next time.